Hi there. For those of you who completed the previous day's practice, you might have noticed that a lot of our wounding that we experienced in a young age, most of it has to do with relationships, feeling unfulfilled in our relationships, being treated a certain way, and then, experiencing anger, resentment, disappointment, regret, shame. And what happens is, remember, perception is projection. When we're carrying all of that emotional baggage, I would say, into new relationships, then it's very hard. It's very hard, and it can be challenging to have very harmonious, meaningful, authentic, deep, intimate relationships with others, because your own biases, your own wounding comes into play. That's what's being projected onto the other person. And so that is why today we are going to be exploring a very ancient Hawaiian practice called Ho'oponopono. All right, let's get into it. The story behind this very powerful forgiveness practice can be found in the link in the caption below. I was blown away, and I hope that you will be too. All right, to the story. I love my mother so much. I will never love another human being. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Just saying this out loud, but yeah, I love my mother so much. And we have had our relationship at times, especially growing up, high school, in my early 20s, mid 20s, even up till maybe a couple of years ago, we had a very strained relationship. And there are many reasons for that. At the start, all I would do was tell her what I didn't like about her. I would tell her what she had to change. I would tell her, hey, don't speak to me like this, or why can't you say things this way instead? It's less hurtful, or, you can't behave like that. And guess what, guys? None of it worked. Nothing changed. Nothing ever got better. Yes, maybe there was a split moment of understanding, some compassion, but then it would be the same thing again and again and again and again until I started to do something different. I stopped trying to change her. And I'm getting emotional again. But yeah, it's moving. It's so moving to talk about this because it's simple. It's not easy, but it's that simple. Every time I felt a trigger, every time I felt some pain, some wounding arise from inside me, that is mine. Remember what we said about our feelings, that what we feel comes from us. It's our responsibility. I would take that and immediately, very consciously, say my 4 statements, which I'll be guiding you into. And let me tell you something. Today, right now, I'm 32 years old, and my relationship with my mother has never been this good before. These are happy tears, I promise. This is, again, vulnerability. I love all the lessons are kind of coming together here. Not once did I try to change her. All I did was work on myself and release what was inside me. And if I can do it, so can you. So let's get to the practice. In your practice today, I invite you to bring to mind someone whom you feel like perhaps there's still some disappointment, some regret, some shame, some anger, some resentment, some guilt, any of those very low vibrational emotions. Bring that person to mind and write about your experience with them. Write about your feelings on a piece of paper in your journal. Notice the feelings that arise as you talk about it, as you share. What is it bringing up inside you? And then on your own, you'll be repeating these 4 statements, these 4 mantras after each other. The first one is, I'm sorry. When we say I'm sorry, we're basically saying that I admit responsibility, I accept what it is that I am experiencing, the wrong that I have witnessed. And this can feel really, really, really hard, okay? But every time we practice acceptance, it kickstarts our healing because we're finally able to move forward from our past hurts and wrongdoings and approach our new life, this new beautiful life that we all deserve to live, right? The second statement is forgive me. When we say forgive me, we're saying it to the divine, to the universe. It doesn't matter whether you were in the wrong or not. It's just a way to kind of cleanse and remove any sort of negativity between you and that person. Whenever we ask for forgiveness, it helps us move on, move forward in life. So we're also kind of tapping into this connection with the divine, this higher power that, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, okay, like this sucks and it hurts and I'm willing for you to take it from me. I'm willing to surrender and give it to you, offer it to you. The third statement is thank you. And keep repeating it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Knowing that whatever it is that transpired in this relationship, it allowed you to be who you are today. You're saying thank you for all the changes that it has brought on to you and your life. And the lessons that have been learned so that you're able to not make those same mistakes with other people, right? So that you can show up differently. And because of that, attract different relationships into your life, into your reality as well. And then the last statement, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. And as we say this, we're kind of, it feels like we are sheltering ourselves, cocooning ourselves in this beautiful, powerful, warm emotion, feeling, energy of love and belonging. If you're asking how many times we say these lines, how long, I would say it repeatedly until we start to feel the shift in our vibration. We start to feel like, okay, wow, this emotion is transforming into something different. It's transmuting into love. It's moving up the vibrational scale of emotions. Don't forget to reflect on your experience of Ho'oponopono with a trusted, regulated adult, okay? And reflect back and just, discuss, see what's up. It can be very, very, very difficult, especially if we have attachments to the person. But remember, every time that you practice again and again and again through lots of repetition, it will get easier and easier. And then it'll come to a point where it's naturally happening. Immediately, we can access that forgiveness. I hope that this practice also shows you how we can turn our relationships that perhaps are feel a bit heavy, feel a little bit hurtful, that have these reminiscence of discomfort and dis-ease. Know that we can look at that as an opportunity for inhabiting and growing certain traits within ourselves. For myself, with my mother, I grew self-love, I grew patience, I grew empathy, I grew compassion, I grew so many positive qualities, and so can you. I know that once you do this, you will definitely feel a lot more energy inside of you. You feel a lot more empowered. There's this sense of personal freedom that comes with this because you realize that I don't have to wait for the other person to change. I don't have to wait for things around me to shift in order for me to actually live my best life, right? I don't have control over other people. We cannot control others. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. There are enormous benefits when we are able to let go of the hurt and disappointment that we experience with others in past relationships. It lowers our risk for heart attacks. Literally, there has been studies that shown that people who hold on to a lot of anger, they experience a lot of chronic pain, especially in their lower back. It also reduces your anxiety, depression, stress levels, everything calms down when we forgive. Look, at the end of the day, we're human. We are going to get hurt. We're going to hurt each other. And it's going to happen unintentionally, okay? That's just the way life works. What's most important though is I hope that at least after today, more and more you recognize the strength and the benefits and the peace, the internal peace that can come when we are able to quickly accept and admit responsibility for our own feelings and forgive the other person, knowing that that person is just a reflection of yourself, God's reflection. We can see how very slowly through this Ho'oponopono practice, we can begin to move up the scale of emotion and start to vibrate higher and experience different things just as I did. Thank you so much for making it this far and keep going, all right? We can do this together, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.